This is a little bit unusual, but we have a small clip from an NPR interview that was done in Massachusetts, and we just let you hear that. It really illustrates the point that we're making here.
This is All Things Considered from NPR News. I'm Melissa Block. Sex education has long been a controversial subject. In Massachusetts this school year, there's a new element to the debate. Now that the state Supreme Court has legalized same-sex marriage, some advocates say teachers have an obligation to talk more in class about gay and lesbian relationships. From Boston, NPR's Tovia Smith reports. 17-year-old high school senior Sam Ziga says his teachers in the quiet suburb of Winchester barely ever mentioned the words gay and lesbian, whether in grade school discussions of family or high school discussions of English lit or even in sex ed. Ziga says the subject was never really on the radar screen.
It makes me feel bad because it invalidates the person I am.
Ziga says the conspicuous silence made it a lot harder for him to accept himself as gay and to come out of the closet.
There were times when I got very depressed about it. I couldn't picture my life further down the road because I didn't know what that looked like. I couldn't even imagine it. And that's what changed. That's what changed on May 17th. This is a message from the government of Massachusetts saying this is now part of the social norm.
Zigas is one of many hoping that the day gay marriage became legal in Massachusetts will also mark the beginning of a new openness in schools. Already, some gay and lesbian advocates are working on a new gay-friendly curriculum for kindergarten and up.
I think in this case we need definitions. That's one of the key things teachers want.
Lexington Elementary School counselor Lucia Gates sits around a table with other teachers, administrators, and activists brainstorming on how to construct a new teacher's guide to deal with topics many had long been told to stay away from.
But there's a whole host of words here your average elementary teacher is afraid to use because they just don't know what to say. No one has told them how to answer the question, what does gay mean?
But many teachers say they're less afraid now since the High Court decision legalizing gay marriage. Deb Allen teaches 8th grade sex ed in Brookline. She keeps a picture of her lesbian partner and their kids on her desk and gay equality signs on the wall. Allen says she's already been teaching a gay-friendly curriculum for nearly a decade, but she says she does begin this year feeling a bit more emboldened.
In my mind, I know that, okay, this is legal now. If somebody wants to challenge me, if I say, oh, give me a break. It's legal now.
And Allen says teaching about homosexuality is also more important now. She says the debate around gay marriage is prompting kids to ask a lot more questions, like what is gay sex, which Allen answers thoroughly and explicitly with a chart.
On the side, I'm going to draw some different activities, like kissing and hugging, and different kinds of intercourse. All right?
Allen asks her students to fill in the chart with yeses and nos.
All right, so can a woman kiss and hug? Yes. Can a woman and a woman have vaginal intercourse? And they will all say no. And I'll say, hold it. Of course they can. They can use a sex toy. They could, and we discussed that. So the answer there is yes. Okay.
In Massachusetts, local districts have broad discretion when it comes to sex ed, and schools range from this one in Brookline to many others that teach abstinence only or offer no sex ed at all.
It's a 7-minute clip. I just want to play the first 3 minutes of that, just to really show what happens when you begin to redefine marriage. It's also the end of gender as a matter of law and public policy. Massachusetts marriage forms now have Party A and Party B instead of husband and wife. California code, the terms father and mother are removed completely, considered discriminatory. The second part of our press conference today is to show not only the affront to parents' rights and the effect of public education, but to also show the encroachment upon religious liberty. Every major world religion would affirm that marriage is done between men and women. And so the problem becomes is when the law changes that position, that marriage between a man and a woman, which is a very fundamental religious conviction for literally millions of people around the world, becomes a bigoted position as a matter of law and public policy. And there are ramifications to the encroachment upon religious expression and religious issues of conscience.